My name is Hannah Massagli, and what follows is the story of my experience during a 4-day Silva Method seminar. It's a self-improvement method developed by José Silva, who discovered that our brains are more receptive at lower frequencies, those associated with daydreaming. He sought to train us to use these states of awareness to solve problems and perceive information. This method is now taught in over 110 countries, and I had the chance to attend an in-person seminar in North Carolina, divided between the Silva Life System and the Silva Intuition System. I arrived at this seminar like a clean canvas, curious, with no expectations or preparation, just ready to absorb every new piece of information. Day 1. First Steps and Profound Revelations. From the very first day, Achille Kombat, our certified Silva instructor, welcomed us warmly. The very first exercise was simple: intuitively choose a note-taking item. That was my first opportunity to learn to just go with the flow, not to force my decisions, a lesson I learned right away. We were then invited to write down what we were grateful for and our goals for the seminar. My own goals were clear: to develop a deeper spiritual connection, enhance my intuition, gain better access to my subconscious, and foster personal growth. These goals would become the guiding thread of my experience. Achille reminded us of the importance of an open mind and non-judgment, golden rules for total immersion. I was completely committed. The day primarily focused on the subconscious mind and the power of belief. We were taught how our brain doesn't differentiate between conscious and subconscious reality, and how our beliefs dictate our actions. This discussion sparked a major personal breakthrough for me. Since childhood, I'd struggled to understand others, often judging and trying to categorize them. But then it clicked. No matter who someone is or what they've done, what truly matters is understanding their beliefs. This lifted a tremendous weight, replacing my frustration and disappointment with patience and compassion. Achille, you really helped me unlock this insight. Then we delved into meditation. We learned to enter the alpha state, a deeply relaxed state, simply by breathing and counting. I remember my first meditation. I literally flew all around the world, enjoying fantastic adventures. I used to have difficulty with visualization, but this experience showed me I just needed to get more deeply relaxed. That was another massive breakthrough. Achille also told us about Dr. Masaru Emoto's research on the hidden messages in water, highlighting the impact of our thoughts on the world around us. Day 2. Techniques and Mind Power. Day 2 was chock full of meditation techniques and exercises. We started with simple meditations, then went deeper, first visualizing at the microscopic levels of life, and later, on day 3, at the macroscopic level, projecting ourselves into space. Among the exercises, my favorites included the cancel, a simple technique to release undesirable thoughts by just saying cancel, and the mirror of the mind. The latter involved visualizing a bad habit in a mental mirror with a blue frame, swiping or shattering it, and then welcoming a new white-framed mirror reflecting the desired outcome. It's a powerful method for breaking old habits. But the exercise that impacted me most was hand levitation. I had doubts going in, but once in alpha, by focusing intently for about 20 minutes, I was able to levitate my hand from my lap to my forehead. It was incredible. My mind was well worked by the end of it, but it was truly remarkable. By this second day, I already felt much more control and confidence in my ability to get to alpha without going too deep or falling asleep. Achille advised us to meditate for 5 to 20 minutes per session, as many times as we'd like. We also discussed expecting results and not forcing things if something isn't coming, because the universe conspires to help us if we have belief, desire, and hope. Achille proved this. Our program packets, missing on day 1, arrived on day 2, just as he had positively anticipated. He also emphasized the importance of action, reminding us that we are all co-creators and geniuses when we draw from the great source of knowledge, be it the universe, God, or nature. We also explored ESP, effective sensory projection. It's not an extrasensory ability, but a prior sense we all have for perceiving information through our subjective senses, especially in the alpha state. Achille showed us it wasn't astral projection, but mental projection. He even shared an example of an experiment where one subject mentally created a green toy truck with red wheels, and another subject, from a distance, accurately described it. My imagination, previously used for making things up, was becoming a real means of communication. To conclude this fascinating day, Achille gave us homework for the next day. Bring a wrapped personal object to test our psychic abilities. Day 3. Intuition revealed and deep connection. Day 3 marked the beginning of the Silva intuition system, and I was ready to tap into my inner psychic abilities. Despite a small doubt in the back of my mind, I decided to believe in it. The wrapped object exercise was the most striking proof. I sat across from another student. Once she was in Alpha, I handed her the object I'd brought, my pendant. Her impressions came fast. You've had this for a long time. You got it when you were a child. It's very sentimental to you. It was from a little boy. It's a symbol of love. But it's missing something. My jaw dropped. This pendant, a gift from a first-grade classmate who had a crush on me, a symbol of unconditional kindness, and she even picked up that it was missing its chain, which always made me smile. It was uncannily accurate. The accuracy of her reading was both thrilling and chilling. I then had the opportunity to read another student's object, and I succeeded with such accuracy that it gave me goosebumps. Before this exercise, we had a special meditation where we created our own personal meeting rooms in our minds, where we could invite guides, male and female, living or deceased. It was from them that we received subtle impressions in the alpha state, like fleeting thoughts or intuitions. We were told to trust our first impressions and not overthink them. The day ended with a new assignment. Bring the names, ages, sexes, and cities of 3 people in our lives to send healing energy to. It was a test of our ability to trust our impressions with no prior information about their health or situation. Day 4. Healing, Purpose, and Completion. The final day was one I had been eagerly anticipating. The day we would work on real cases. I sat on the edge of my seat, eager to dive in. We worked in pairs on the information our classmates had brought. I was stunned by how accurate my impressions were regarding the health issues of people I'd never met, knowing little to nothing about them. At one point, I even physically felt the exact symptoms of the person I was focusing on. A buildup of phlegm, chest pressure, and nausea. It felt too incredible to be real, yet it was undeniably happening. The more I practiced, the more effective my sensory perception became. In just 3 days, we had gone from novices to confident practitioners. The ease with which we could tap into this information was astonishing. I felt a deep sense of gratitude for this opportunity, and I began to wonder if this could be something I could pursue alongside my other goals. It was a day that left an indelible mark on me, the kind you never forget. One of the most memorable moments of that final day was a meditation session where we entered the alpha state, met with our counselors, and asked about our life's purpose. The knowledge we were receiving came directly from source energy. The answers didn't come as a surprise, as I've felt a strong sense of purpose from a young age, but the experience was deeply fulfilling. It reaffirmed my belief that there are no limits to what we can achieve if we stay true to ourselves. As the course came to a close, we had our graduation ceremony. Receiving a beautiful certificate and gathering for a group photo was a bittersweet moment. I didn't want to let go of the magic we had created. The experience had been transformative, and while I was excited to continue the journey, I felt immense gratitude for the powerful connections and insights that had unfolded. Conclusion: unlimited potential. Over the course of 4 transformative days, we immersed ourselves in hours of meditation, an abundance of mental tools and exercises, and real psychic experiences that left us in awe. Achille imparted many profound lessons about life and the nature of existence. He shared that both good and bad will always coexist, but we have the power to shape our own choices and responses. We're not destined to remain in lower states of being. Only we can control our minds and beliefs. If we feel someone else is controlling us, it's only because we believe they have that power and are giving it to them. In essence, nothing can affect us unless we allow it to. Achille continually emphasized the importance of practicing the techniques we were learning. With continued practice, we would sharpen our natural gifts, honing our psychic abilities and enhancing our connection to our intuitive genius. The Silva Method, he explained, is just as much about developing one's character as it is about unlocking the extraordinary potential of the mind. He constantly reinforced the idea that our abilities should always be used for the betterment of humanity, reminding us that the greatest power lies in how we use our gifts to serve others. By the end of the course, I was left with a deep sense of wonder. The experience was mind-boggling, life-changing, and offered a profound key to accessing the true potential of the human spirit. It opened doors to new possibilities in every area of life, and I couldn't help but feel grateful for the tools and insights we had gained, tools that will continue to shape my personal journey for years to come. I wholeheartedly recommend this course to all who have the aching desire to grow into their greatest potential.
A week before I started the class, I got kind of a revelation in my mind about how people are able to create change in their lives. And it was almost those steps verbatim. I thought you have to go for awareness, where you're currently at, and you need to incorporate positive thinking and action and then acknowledge those changes. And when I came in here and saw that was almost exactly what the steps were, a little different, but I just thought, it made sense even before I came in.